because my Switch is on fire. I'm working on fixing it, but it might make it worse. Years ago, I bought my Nintendo Switch. I had been searching for it for a while. It was the first console I even bought for myself, too. Finally, I got it on April 1st, thinking it a really funny scenario. Just because I found it on April 1st, not because I thought it'd be a funny scenario to buy it on April 1st. Quickly, a lot of games on it became my favorites. That sentence isn't technically completely accurate. There were barely any games on it. Although, it led me to picking up Has Been Heroes, so that's a lot of fun. I don't have any pictures from that, not worth showing though. Read from list files pics. Cool. Among them were Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, of course, Enter the Gungeon, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Mario Kart, Splatoon 2, and my two most favoritist for the purposes of this video that'll change very quickly every so often, Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley. Wistfully sigh at the beauty of it and all the fun that we had back then. That's not in the script, I just ad-libbed that. But all things, good and bad, must come to an end. Some time ago, my Switch's fan began to make a wretched noise. It was like a weird whirring, little bit of a rattle-ish sort of thing. I looked into it and I found out that a bearing had come loose. Or at least that's what people had been saying. The autopsy on that old fan hasn't been completed yet. Or at least not at the time I'm recording this. Do I have that information? I, at the time and now, fancied myself an electronics fan, not a component that moves air to cool things off, but like a person who enjoys working with electronics. You should see how many wires I have draped around my desk. It's a nightmare. I want to put them somewhere so it's prettyified. Right now it looks like Cthulhu's fucking tentacly face. A lot thinner, though. A lot longer than they're generally depicted. Where was I? Oh, yes. I fancied myself an electronics fan and sought out to fix it myself. With the assistance of Wilhelm, though mostly in the form of advice and some product tips. Like, he told me the kind of thermal paste to buy. Good thermal paste, apparently. I haven't had any issues with it. It was really easy to apply. Showed up on time. It's cool gray color, I guess. Mostly in the form of... With the free time I found on my hands, due to what everyone's certainly aware of is happening in the world right now, I ordered the required tools, cleared off a workspace, and practiced by opening my drifting Joy-Con. Hey Beth, I just wanted to show you my work table, as well as a new light I just installed. Yep, put my lamp facing the table, that way I can have a nice clear light no matter what time I'm working on something. And as for an update on fixing the Switch, I figured a good trial run would be to try to fix one of the left thumbstick Joy-Cons. Then, so I'm gonna be trouble began. Week after week, the replacement fan didn't arrive. After a lot of frustration and back and forth with the seller, the fan finally began to move through customs. After some time, it even arrived here. Armed with thermal paste, a new fan, and tons of screwdrivers, I followed an online tutorial that I had damn near memorized from how much I watched it. That's a bit of an exaggeration. I mean, I had a general idea of what I was doing, but I didn't even follow it at the time that I was opening up the Switch, so... yeah. Things were looking up. But all things, good and bad, must come to an end. You see, I had committed the greatest crime of electronics repair. I left it attached to its power source. The metal tweezers, despite the switch being off, short-circuited apart, and my Switch breathed its last. I was distraught. I had indeed made it worse. And in doing so, I lost my hard work. I lost the memories I had saved of my favorite games. All the epic wins and close calls. All the hard-fought defeats and hilarious fumbles. All the fumbling successes and good times with friends. To me, though, the biggest losses were my farm in Stardew Valley and my island in Animal Crossing. And 100+ hours in Gungeon. I would have to make peace with all that being lost. Wait. If all of that was lost, how did I get these clips and pictures for this video? There has to be a way to have gotten them back. God, that's stupid. Oh, I'm enjoying this though. So. Nintendo Online cloud saves, and whatever was left on the old microSD card I had in my Switch. I quickly obtained the new Switch and a microSD card adapter that I could plug into my laptop and set to work. Thankfully, most of the saves were in the cloud thanks to Nintendo Online. I had gotten it before the Switch died so that I could hang out with friends, as you can see from these wonderful pictures here. And the cloud automatically saved for those games. In a cruel twist of fate, Animal Crossing did not have cloud saves until July 30th, long after my Switch had died. My final hope to get my island back was the micro SD card. Again and again, I copied the data off the laptop where I had stored it into the new micro SD card to put it in the Switch. I even reformatted the Switch and the micro SD card in the hopes that something would work. I tried, but all I was met with was bitter defeat. I didn't let that stop me, though. Determined to catch up for lost time, I enlisted the help of some close friends and family to weed my island. It was a bittersweet conclusion, but the loss didn't stop us from enjoying the time, even going so far as to compete for the weeds. After the work was mostly done, we went for a swim, expanding my museum donation collection. After a game of hide and seek, where I won, by the way, we went to my sister's island for DIYs and KK's fittingly titled song, Farewell. I will miss my old island. I will miss my old villagers. It's a bittersweet goodbye. But that doesn't mean I will forget them.